So far, we have considered the gradient vector and directional derivative of a function of two variables. Now we consider the gradient vector and directional derivative of function of three variables.
Grad f will be del f by del xi plus del f by del yj plus del f by del zk. Directional derivative will be a scalar, which is the dot product of gradient of f with respect to the unit vector u. And that will be like this. And the same remarks as we have seen earlier will work here. Same idea. We will have a maximum rate of change in the direction of gradient of f.
That is, f increases most rapidly in the direction of grad f. F decreases most rapidly in the direction of negative grad f. In any direction orthogonal to grad f or negative grad f, the derivative is 0 because then theta is equal to pi by 2, so that cos theta is equal to 0. So the directional derivative becomes 0 when we have a direction orthogonal to grad f or negative grad f. The previous remark is that much important, and we have the theorem. Let f be a function of three variables and let p denote the point with the coordinates triple x0, y0, z0. Assume that f is differentiable at p. If gradient of f is not a zero vector at the point p, then among all possible directional derivatives of f at p, the derivative in the direction of grad f at p has the largest value. The value of this largest directional derivative is the magnitude of the vector grad f at p. If grad f is not a zero vector at the point p, then among all possible directional derivatives of f at p, the derivative in the direction opposite to that of the vector grad f at p has the smallest value. The value of this smallest directional derivative is negative of the magnitude of grad f at p. We consider an example using this result. Given that the directional derivative of f of xy at the point 3, negative 2, 1 in the direction of 2i minus j minus 2k is negative 5, and that the magnitude of grad f at the point 3, negative 2, 1 is 5. We find grad f at the point 3, negative 2, 1 using the result. We use the result mentioned above. It is given that the directional derivative of f of xy at the point 3, negative 2, 1 in the direction of the vector a is equal to 2i minus j minus 2k is negative 5. That is, by the definition of the directional derivative, it is the dot product of gradient of f and the unit vector in the direction of a, and so we have grad f at the point 3, negative 2, 1 dot the unit vector u is equal to negative 5, where the unit vector u is a by the magnitude of a, which is equal to 2i minus j minus 2k by magnitude of the vector 2i minus j minus 2k, which is the vector 1 by 3 times 2i minus j minus 2k, and this is the unit vector in the direction of the given vector a. By the result, it follows that the smallest value negative 5 is equal to negative of the magnitude of grad f among all possible directional derivatives of f at the point p occurs in the direction opposite to grad f at the point 3, negative 2, 1. Hence, from the equation 1 above, the direction of the vector u is opposite to that of grad f at the point 3, negative 2, 1. So grad f at the point 3 negative to 1 is the vector having magnitude of grad f at 3 negative to 1 and direction negative u. That is, grad f at the point 3 negative to 1 is equal to negative of magnitude of grad f at 3 negative to 1 vector u, which is equal to negative 5 times 1 by 3 into 2i minus j minus 2k, which is the vector negative 5 by 3 times 2i minus j minus 2k.
Now you do this example.
Grad f is partial derivative of f with respect to xi plus partial derivative of f with respect to yj plus partial derivative of f with respect to zk, and that is 2xi plus 2yj minus k, and that vector valued function evaluated at the point 11112 gives the vector 2i plus 2j minus k. Here u is not a unit vector because its magnitude is square root of 4 square plus 4 square plus negative 2 whole square, which is equal to 6. Okay, so what we do is we divide the given vector by its magnitude and get the vector 2 by 3i plus 2 by 3j minus 1 by 3k, and this is the unit vector in the direction of the given vector 4i plus 4j minus 2k. Now we find the directional derivative of f at the point 11112 in the direction of 4i plus 4j minus 2k by finding the dot product of the gradient vector with this unit vector, and using the properties of dot products, we have I dot I is equal to 1, I dot j is equal to 0, and so on. So 2i plus 2j minus k dot 2 by 3i plus 2 by 3j minus 1 by 3k simplifies to the scalar 3. That is, the directional derivative of f in the direction of the vector 4i plus 4j minus 2k at the point 11112 is the scalar 3. In the previous example, the directional derivative df by ds in the direction of the vector 4i plus 4j minus 2k at the point 11112 is 3 means that the value of the function f is increasing 3 unit per unit distance if we proceed from the point 11112 in the direction of the vector 4i plus 4j minus 2k. Now another example. It is given that the temperature of points in space is given by f of triple xy set is equal to x square plus y square minus z. That is, if we take a point triple xy set in space, then at that point the value of the temperature is x square plus y square minus z. Suppose a mosquito located at the point having the coordinates 11112 desires to fly in such a direction that it will get cool as soon as possible. In what direction it should move? By the remark above, we know that at a point 11112, f decreases most rapidly in the direction of negative grad f. Here, the grad f evaluated at the point 11112 is the vector 2i plus 2j minus k. Hence, the mosquito should move in the direction opposite to 2i plus 2j minus k, and that is obtained by multiplying this vector with scalar negative 1, and it is in the direction of negative 2i minus 2j plus k. As another example, we find the derivative of the given function at the point 11110 in the direction of the vector 2i minus 3j plus 6k. We also find the directions on which f change most rapidly, and also we find the rates of change in those directions. We first find the unit vector along the direction of 2i minus 3j plus 6k, and it is 2 by 7i minus 3 by 7j plus 6 by 7k. And also, in order to find the gradient of f, we find the partial derivative of f with respect to x, with respect to y, and with respect to z at the given point p naught. And those values are 2, negative 2, and negative 1. So that gradient of f at the point 11110 is 2i minus 2j minus k, and so the directional derivative of f at the point p naught in the direction of the vector a is the dot product of 2i minus 2j minus k and 2 by 7i minus 3 by 7j plus 6 by 7k, which gives the value 4 by 7. By the remark, the function f increases most rapidly in the direction of gradient of f at the point 11110. So f increases most rapidly in the direction of gradient of f is equal to 2i minus 2j minus k, and also the function decreases at the point 110 most rapidly in the direction of negative grad f, that is in the direction of negative 2i plus 2j plus k. Also, the rates of change in the directions are respectively magnitude of gradient of f, which is 3, and also negative of the magnitude of gradient of f, which is negative 3. We now list some algebra rules for gradients. First one is the constant multiple rule. That is gradient of kf, where k is a scalar and f is a function, that is equal to k times gradient of f. The sum rule says that gradient of sum of two functions f and g is equal to gradient of f plus gradient of g. Difference rule says that gradient of f minus g is equal to gradient of f minus gradient of g. Product rule says that gradient of product of two functions f and g is equal to f times gradient of g minus g times gradient of f. Quotient rule says that gradient of f by g is equal to g times gradient of f minus f times gradient of g all divided by g square, provided the denominator is never becomes 0. Now, for the functions f is equal to x minus y and g is equal to z, we evaluate the following: gradient of 2f, gradient of f plus g, gradient of f minus g, gradient of fg, and gradient of f by g. We note that gradient of f is I minus j and gradient of g is equal to k. You can find that gradient of f is the vector I minus j and gradient of g is equal to the vector k. Now, using the algebraic rules of our gradients given above, we obtain gradient of 2f is equal to 2 times gradient of f, that is equal to 2 times I minus j is equal to 2i minus 2j. Also, gradient of f plus g is equal to gradient of f plus gradient of g, which is equal to I minus j plus k. Gradient of f minus g is equal to gradient of f minus gradient of g is equal to I minus j minus k. Gradient of fg is equal to f times gradient of g plus g times gradient of f, which is equal to x minus yk plus z I minus k, which simplifies to z I minus zj minus x minus yk. And also gradient of f by g is equal to g times grad f minus f times grad g by g square, which gives 1 by zi minus 1 by zj minus x minus y by z square k. Now, we also mentioned that the above values can be also obtained directly using the definition of gradients and without using the algebraic formulas above. For example, gradient of 2f is equal to, what is f? F is x minus y. So gradient of 2f is gradient of 2x minus 2y, and we find the gradient of that function as by finding partial derivative of that function with respect to xi plus partial derivative of that function with respect to yj plus partial derivative of that function with respect to zk. Partial derivative of that function with respect to z is 0 because the function is of two variables x and y. So automatically the partial derivative of that function will be 0. So we finally end up with 2i minus 2j. Similarly, gradient of f plus g is gradient of x minus y plus z, which gives I minus j plus k, and so on.